Hi everyone, we're going to go over the expression a pain in the neck. A pain in the neck, when you hear someone call another person a pain in the neck, they're describing this person as being very annoying or just kind of just a hindrance to be around. It's just a person they do not like to be in company with. They don't like them. So they call them a pain in the neck. So sometimes you can get, sometimes you get that pain in your neck if you've been sleeping on one side of the pillow all night and it's just that pain never goes away for about 2 or 3 days. That's kind of where this expression comes from. So a pain in the neck, something just, yeah, it's a person that bothers you. Now, if let's say that you are bothering me, I would say you. You are, or you're a pain in the neck. You're a pain in the neck. So I'm calling you very bothersome. You bother me too much. Now, if I want to add a little bit of emphasis, a little bit of oomph to this statement, then I would say you're such a pain in the neck. And if I want to add even more emphasis, even more description, I can say you're such a major pain in the neck. That would be a very strong statement because I'm saying you are a big pain in the neck. So there's different ways we can use this. So we're going to go over some other variations. So let's say I start a sentence with my. So I start with a possessive my, and then I introduce someone whom I'm associated with, and who is always a big pain in the neck. It's typically the boss, right? So we can say my boss is, or my bosses. Usually when we're communicating, we're going to have that apostrophe bosses. My boss is a pain in the neck. My boss is such a pain in the neck. My boss is such a major pain in the neck. So just that would be just different ways to describe your boss as someone who's just constantly bothering you and just will not leave you alone. Um, Now you can also say, maybe your mom's bothering you, so you can say, my mom's a pain in the neck. My mom's a huge pain in the neck. So, you can still add that emphasis, that description in there to describe how much of a pain a person can be. Now this, a pain in the neck, it doesn't always have to apply to people. It can apply to a job. It can apply to a class. Yeah, typically a job or a class or maybe some kind of homework or assignment that you have. So you can use this or that. So if you are currently working on the assignment, working on homework, I guess, you can say, this homework is a huge pain in the neck. This homework is such a major pain in the neck. And maybe if you're referring to homework that you've done in the past that was very difficult, you could say that homework was such a major pain in the neck. So you would use that if you're describing it, if it's something in the past. Now you can also ask questions. So you would ask questions to somebody. So if you're being a pain in the neck to me, if you're bothering me, I can ask you, can you stop being such a major pain in the neck? Can you stop being such a pain in the neck? And I can also use would, using would to see if you are willing, if you have the desire to do so. I can ask you, would you stop being such a pain in the neck? So these are a few of the different variations in which you can use with a pain in the neck, which means a person or just something that really bothers you. So that will conclude this lesson, and thank you very much for following along.